Hey everybody, I hope y'all are doing well. It's Raven with Hallelujah Homestead. I'm gonna make this dessert really quick, and I thought it would be a really good time to show y'all. It's really quick, really simple, really easy, and really good. I've made it for a church event before and everybody loved it. I didn't even get to bring a piece home. My neighbor actually gave me the recipe. So just real quick and real easy, it is an 8-count can of biscuits. I like the butter tasting biscuits. You can get whatever kind of biscuits you want. You don't have to get whatever I'm eating. Apple pie filling. This is homemade apple pie filling. You can buy store-bought apple pie filling. Just make sure it's a premium apple pie filling. You're going to need a half a cup of brown sugar. It doesn't matter if it's light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. You know, dark brown sugar just has more molasses in it, so it doesn't matter at that point. Y'all know I'm a little extra, so this is just a heaping half a cup. Tablespoon of cinnamon goes in your brown sugar. Y'all know I'm extra, so I gotta have a heaping tablespoon. There we go. So that's together in that. So you're gonna mix this together real quick. I've got my oven preheating to 375. And you can make this in any dish you want. I've made it in one of those disposable aluminum pans. And usually I make it in a pie plate. So today we're making it in a pie plate because it's for here. It's not for to go anywhere. So we got our cinnamon and sugar combined in there. Half a cup of powdered sugar. This is for your glaze. We're gonna add our milk to that shortly. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in that pan. I've got a 1/4 cup or half a stick of butter melting on the stove top. So while that is melting, I'm gonna go ahead and cut our biscuits. Y'all, that always scares me. Like, I don't care how old I get, it's still gonna scare me. Okay, so we're just gonna take our biscuits and cut them up into pieces. Some people do quarters. I like to do 6 pieces because I like my biscuits to be a little bit smaller. They don't have to be symmetrical, it doesn't matter. That was a little bigger, but that's okay. Okay, see, they're all different sizes. It don't matter. All right. Now, all these little biscuit pieces are gonna go in our brown sugar and cinnamon mixture. But before they go in there, I'm gonna take some of that and put in the bottom of our pie dish. And I think I hear my butter bubbling, so let me grab it real quick. I need to brush my pie plate with that melted butter. Yes, they are melted. Good melted butter, nice and bubbly. So that's gonna go in our pie plate. We're gonna brush it real good, because we need to sprinkle this with that sugar cinnamon mixture, and we want it to stick the best that it can stick. Okay, I'm done with this brush. Throw it in the sink. All right, I'm gonna take some of this and sprinkle. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I put this in a big old bowl. You don't have to use a big old bowl. I use a big bowl because it helps me from making such a big mess. But, you know, I still make a mess. Look, I'm already making a mess. But that's because I'm in a hurry. All right, so we've got our pie plate coated with the brown sugar cinnamon mixture, and I'm gonna put that back in my bowl. All right, so now we're gonna take our biscuit pieces and we're gonna toss them around in this brown sugar and cinnamon and get them coated really, really good. Once you get them coated really good, we're gonna add those to the pie plate. See? Nice and coated. Delilah. She's pulling on the back of my couch. You better quit. Come here. Delilah. Come here. Quit messing with the couch. I know. Come here. It's almost time for her to have a little bit of a bottle. I'll give her a little bottle in the midday. So when I get done with this, I'll give her that bottle. What are you doing, ma'am? Huh? Okay. So we've got that all done, just like that. Get this opened up. And because this is homemade pie filling, it needs a little bit of milk. So I'm gonna grab a bowl, throw this in a bowl, and then add a little milk to it and mix it up. So that way it's kind of juicy. Oh, it smells so good. I should have got a smaller spoon. Maybe I could have got it out the jar a little better. There we go. Scrape all that goodness out of there. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit of milk to this. Just to kind of get it nice and moist. And I don't measure anything. Y'all know I don't measure anything. Everything I do by what it looks like or what I feel it needs. It's called measuring with your heart. That's what they say anyway. And I do a lot of that. I don't do a lot of measuring spoons. And when I do them, I don't even do them right. Like I always do extra. Okay. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to put this on top of my biscuits. And this apple pie filling has already got cinnamon in it. So it's going to be super yummy. Let me spread that out pretty evenly on there. All right, this goes in the sink. Still a little bit long, but not too bad. All right, now you're gonna take the rest of your melted butter and you're gonna pour it, move this, over top of this. Okay, then you're gonna take the rest of your brown sugar and cinnamon mixture and you're gonna pour it over top of this. All right, now that's it for this. This goes in a preheated 375-degree oven for 30-35 minutes. Just watch it. If your oven's a little different, mine cooks a little faster, so I'm gonna have to watch it. It'll probably be 30 minutes instead of 35 minutes. Once this comes out and sits for about 5 minutes, we're gonna make our glaze and pour it over top, right in the oven. in the oven. While that is in the oven, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, get those dishes washed up. I guess we're gonna take a minute and give Delilah her bottle. This is goat's milk, by the way. Okay, here. You don't get bottles, baby. You don't get no bottles. Say May's gonna have puppies next month. I tried to keep her in the house while she was in heat. And like the last few days of her heat, I let her out because she was sick that morning, throwing up in the floor, and I was trying to clean it up. So I let her out the door and I didn't think about it. And I said, oh shoot, I forgot, I can't let her out. And I went to let her back in and it was too late. She was already locked up with our Great Pyrenees Elvis. So we are gonna have some Great Pyrenees Labradoodle mixed puppies. Lord help us. That's it, let's go. No, you don't get any more. That's it, sister. Okay, so we're about 30 minutes in to our apple pie biscuits in the oven. So I'm gonna give those a check real quick and we'll probably go ahead and make our glaze to go on the top. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let that cook for the extra 5 minutes. And while that is finishing up, we're gonna make our glaze. Now, your glaze is half a cup of powdered sugar. You can use heavy cream. If you use heavy cream, it's 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. And if you use milk, which is full fat goat's milk, it's usually 1 to 2 teaspoons. So we're gonna start with almost a tablespoon, or right at a tablespoon, and see what that looks like. No, definitely gonna need some more. So this is one of those times where I'm just gonna eyeball it. This is why I don't measure. There we go. I got this cute little hot pad from a antique store where they have different booths set up. There's this older lady and she does these, and she had like, I don't know how many, like 30 or 40 different color patterns and variations, but I loved this one and I just had to have it. So when I got to the register to check out, the girl said, I am so glad you bought some of her stuff. And I said, I don't understand why other people are not buying this. This is the cutest little thing, I swear. So. Okay, so we are, I did leave this in there a little bit too long, but that's okay. We are good and bubbly and nice and done, and we are gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes or so before we add the glaze. Okay, we are back to put our glaze on, and then, you know I gotta taste it. okay. Where do I want to dig in though? Probably right here. Yeah, that looks so yummy. Look at that steam coming off of there. Nice little pieces of apple and a biscuit. It is so good. It is so good. It is best served warm, and you can serve it with ice cream or whipped cream or whatever you want to serve it with. But it also tastes wonderful, just room temperature or straight out the fridge. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch Hallelujah Homestead. We'll see you next time.